Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Running with Falling Forward Financial. Found a, well, this is actually an update. I did a video on this one, looks like back on February 4th, and I had a couple comments on it, and looks like I might have missed some brief information, so I got some updates on that. And then I had another subscriber ask about an update, so I got an update as well as some other added information. So this one is EXROF Technologies, ticker EXROF, and as you can see, trades here over the counter. Like I said, I covered this one on February 4th, so I'll go ahead and list that in the comments as well. Again, EXROF, you'd have to buy this one on Fidelity or TD Ameritrade. Currently at $3.40. Here's what it's done over the last year. Could have got into it at 64, 61 cents back in last June, and then it's kind of had a slow run up since then, up to 240, fell back, run up again, hit a nice peak here, 567, 560 range, and then it's kind of fell back into the $3.40 range. So it's just been kind of up and down since then, just kind of up and down, trading kind of flat with a small uptrend here in the last week, and here's kind of what it's doing today. So for those of you looking to get into this one, might be a buying opportunity if it goes any lower, but again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. So but a $399 million market cap on this one. But this, we'll go into the company a little bit more here. But it's designs, develops self-optimizing electric motors and generators. The company engages in the power management technology, which integrates wiring and rotating machine coils into power electronics, as well as reduces fuel and power consumption of cars, elevators, conveyors, cranes, compressors, industrial motors, and wind turbines. So kind of covers everything. So quite a few different catalysts on this one. An explosive stock pick hiding underneath the electric vehicle revolution, and this is just dated 2 days ago here on the 7th. One of the best ways to make a ton of money in the stock market, look underneath investment megatrends. That's why when I look at EVs, I try to cover everything, whether it be lithium, the batteries, cobalt, I've covered quite a few times. Lithium is the main catalyst, and anything else in regards to batteries that we can take a look at. Most investors simply look at the surface of an investment megatrend. That is, they see the headline megatrend, and they only think the way to invest in the megatrend is by investing in the megatrend itself. Simple, forget the paradigm shifts in the economy. Have what I like to call derivatives, or simple terms, economic butterfly effects. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there. Moving on, the global economy is subject to butterfly effects too. Case in point, EV revolution. Whenever anyone mentions the EV revolution, most folks immediately think about the first order impact, which is the shift from gas powered to electric, or what some of them are calling the gas powered, the ICE. As a result, most investors think the best way to play the EV revolution is through buying stock in companies that make electric cars, like Tesla, and I have shares of Tesla, Li Auto, Xpeng, Ford, GM. They're all getting into EVs. So EV revolution is much more than consumers deciding to drive electric cars and not gas-powered cars. It's a tectonic shift, a multi-trillion-dollar transportation market. So when I look at EVs, you need to think about all these catalysts. You have charging stations, you have battery makers, you have lithium miners, which I've already mentioned. So if you can get into all three of these, I think you're going to be better off and to diversify instead of just getting into EVs. But all of them are good to get into and diversify. Investing in these derivative markets is where the big money will be made over the next few years. If it all goes right, that's easily 10x or bigger investment opportunity in the coming years. Potentially game-changing electric motor technology that could make its way into every EV in the world. And so that's what we're going to go over here, but feel free to pause and go over the rest. In the rising tide of electric motor makers, there is one company that stands out from the pack, and it's a tiny $400 million company you've probably never heard of before, EXROF Technologies, ticker EXROF, and like I said, trades here over the counter. So in a nutshell, EXROF Technologies has designed and holds all the patents to a potentially game-changing coil driver technology that could be the key to optimizing EV performance. In order to break that statement down, we first need to pick Physics 101 recap. Speed, as we all know, is how fast an object is moving. Torque is the rational equivalence of linear force. As a result, the torque of a machine can actually be mathematically represented by the power of the machine divided by its speed. In other words, thanks to the law of physics, torque and speed are inversely related. More torque means less speed, and more speed means less torque. That's problematic for electric motors designs because the car needs both torque and speed. Sometimes a car needs to go fast, and other time the car needs uphill without failing. Traditionally, the solution for electric motor torque speed optimization problem is to either add in a gearbox or use two separate motors, both of which add unnecessary costs and weight into the EV. Underlying technology is quite complex. In essence, EXROF employs a combination of advanced switching circuitry and microcontroller running AI-powered algorithms to determine the optimal configuration of coils the electric motor needs at any given time. And so very interesting technology. That's what made me look into this one, and I'm going to slowly scroll through the rest of the information just for the sake of the video. But again, you can find this on markets.businessinsider.com. EXROF currently has 8 commercial partnerships across various different verticals. Those partnerships are in the development phase today. Both should enter production phase within the next few quarters. As those partnerships kick into production phase, you could be witnessing the beginning of what may turn into a multi-year hyper-speed growth narrative wherein EXROF Technologies goes from niche electric motor company that nobody knows about today to the household name whose tech is being used in every EV on the road. So you can see the optimism that I have with this one, how big this one could potentially be with all the EV automakers out there. Here's kind of a look at their management team. I had some comments on my last video. I'll go ahead and link that in the comment or description so you can watch that one as well. But they have a CEO from GE. She quit her job at GE to come to this company with no revenue or contacts yet, so that's got to say something about the company. Other board members. We have a former retired chief global engineer from Ford, which, as you follow my channel, I've covered Ford numerous times. Others from GE, Siemens, and Audi. And so there's a look at the team. Here's a look at the board of directors, and this is actually on their website at www.exro.com. And so advisor to clean energy companies from Daimler, so that's got to say something. CEO of Canada West Foundation, Net Zero Opportunities and Environmental Sustainability, Associate Professor, Sauder School of Business, Served on BC's Green Energy Advisory Task Force, Climate Leadership Team, and FAC on Social Innovation and Finance. And here's another one from GE, General Electric, and GE's Motors and Industrial Division, and 7 years in Siemens Europe. Sorry, back up here. So, Virel, including 19 years at General Electric. So that's got to say something for her resume coming on board. And Senior Executive Engineer at Siemens. So, very broad, nice array of, nice buffet of knowledge there on the board. So that's got to say something for him as well. Just another look here on bar chart. Day's low of 338 and a high of 345. Previous close at 340. So kind of keeps bouncing around this 338 to 345 range. And EXROF successfully pilots battery control system in operating second life environment. This is dated back on the 19th, so kind of covered some of this information, so I'm just going to slowly scroll through here. So they have intent to launch commercialization of the EXROF powered energy storage system in 2022. So all of these EV plays, you should see the stock going up by the end of this year, more so probably in 2022. These are all long-term plays for myself. So again, a leading clean technology company has developed a new class of power electronics for electric motors and batteries, and feel free to pause and go over the rest. So these are probably a 2, 3 at bare minimum, probably more like a 5, more like probably a 10-year hold for myself to get the biggest return on your money on these, to see the biggest growth in some of these, because by 2030, I believe California is not going to sell any more ICE vehicles. I believe Washington, and once one goes on, another, and then it just kind of snowballs from there, just kind of like MJ in regards to legalizing everything. So these batteries can be optimized and repurposed into an energy storage system for a new second life. Right there's the main catalyst why I got into this company to begin with. EXROF has been developed on the foundation of repurposing batteries into the ESS, but can be utilized as an effective solution for first life applications. And feel free to pause and go over the rest. This is a major step forward for us in delivering superior and more cost-effective battery energy storage system to the market. And this kind of goes over a little bit more about EXROF. Expands capabilities, electric motors, generators, and batteries. So, which in turn, everything's got a battery in it, more or less anymore. EXROF partners with Vicinity Motor Corp to deploy enhanced powertrain into next generation electric buses. Dated here on the 27th. I've already done a couple videos about electric buses. I'll try to link those in the description. But this goes over Calgary, Alberta. EXROF, a leading clean technology, has developed new class of power electronics for electric motors and batteries. Is pleased to announce a signed supply agreement with Vicinity Motor Corp, or VMC. Formerly Grand West Transportation Group, a leading supplier of advanced shuttle transportation vehicles for public and commercial use, with operations in Canada and the United States. So big catalyst there, and this could be a huge catalyst in itself, just getting into buses in Canada, United States. There's buses all over, whether that be just transportation buses or school bus, or there's all kinds of buses so for transportation. EXROF will supply the coil drive system technology, and Vicinity will conduct operational validation through deployment of an optimized electric powertrain, or VMC, suite of electric buses. coil system solution will enable the next generation of electric buses with improved performance that accelerates the transition to a sustainable public transit system. And it's just going to slowly scroll through the rest of it. Again, you can find that right on their website. This goes over a little bit more about EXROF. Right there's the website. Over here to Reddit. Short volume ratio 208% according to Findel. Can someone explain? Short volume, primed and ready, penny stocks. Some do consider this a penny stock, but I'll show you the ratings here in a moment. It's probably not going to be a penny stock too much longer. I consider penny stocks actually in the pennies, but some people consider a penny stock anything underneath $5, which you can see this one is under 5 at currently at $3.40. Here on StockTwits, could have got into it at 49 cents, a high of $5.94, and I'm sure by the end of the year we'll be back up there, if not sooner. Winston Gold needs more eyes. Haven't heard of that one. I've covered AITX quite a few different times, and Social Life Network. Might have to do an update on that one. Not much other information in here than what we've already went over. But check this out here on the tip ranks. This is kind of amazing, I think. Currently at 338, showing a moderate buy. One rating with an upside of 661, a 95% upside. That is just amazing in my mind. With a high of 661, a low of 661. But I just feel that's kind of amazing on one analyst and an upside of 661. So almost getting close to doubling your money there. So, but if you have any of this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, how many shares you have, and any other information that you might have on this one. And I thank you, Timmy, on the previous video for pointing out the info that I did mention on the, or did not mention on the website in regards to the team with people from GE, Siemens, and Audi, as well as Energy84 for kicking me in the butt and telling me to do an update. So it's been a while on this one, so some of these kind of fall on the back burner from time to time, and just have to pick them up at a later time. So but sometimes too many stocks to watch. So but if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. That would really help out the channel and get the videos out to more people. And hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, following Ford Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.